She's just giving me a pouty face right now.
Yeah.
I think she heard me talking about her. That's no good. It's not your fault. I love you.
Tell her shows are awesome.
Matt says that your shows are awesome. She says thanks.
Very
What's
nice.
on tonight? It's New Girl and Mindy Project tonight.
Yeah, that's about right. Liza's doing the same thing.
Oh, okay. Liza's doing the same thing. Hey everyone, you are listening to episode 30 of the recurring Bosscast. I'm Jet from SplitKick.com. With me is Jason from Inside Gaming Daily and Slick Gaming.
Can't believe it's already 30.
And Matt from Biff Bam Pop and the Screaming Ego.
What's going on?
I'm doing alright, just actually feeling a little under the weather, which was totally unrelated to me getting a PlayStation 4, even though I joked about it on the internet. So
It's karma.
Yeah.
I ended up staying up pretty late on the first night when I got my PlayStation 4, and then I went to bed. And we have this heated blanket here, which has been keeping me warm for the last few nights because it's gotten really cold. And this morning I woke up freezing cold with a sore throat, and I look at my heated blanket controller thingy, and it was just, I got a blinking light.
Oh no.
And apparently it had malfunctioned in the middle of the night and was kind of sick.
That's sad.
So my boss actually noted that, oh, you actually sound sick. Do you need to go home? And I'm like, I really want to, but I can't. I have work to do.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
I unfortunately didn't get a PS4, but I did get my Wii U, so that was exciting. Like, as a matter of hours ago.
Congratulations.
So
Wow.
I went through the crazy long updates, and I still haven't played it, so it's kind of sad. Like, it's taunting me in the room over.
Ah, that's a shame.
I know.
So exactly what Wii U did you get?
Actually, it's a first for me. I got the special edition Zelda one. So it's the only
amazing.
special edition console I actually have. And it's pretty sweet. It looks so
Good
nice.
stuff.
Oh, man.
Does it have like a special design on it?
Yeah, it's the Wii U console is just the black 32 gig, but the gamepad has that kind of golden Zelda trim around it. It looks really similar to the Zelda 3DS, but it's on the gamepad. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Right
it's
on.
really neat. And then it came with a download card for Wind Waker HD, and for some reason a digital copy of Hyrule Historia, which would somehow make that my third copy of that. So, but yeah, it's on the Wii U, so that's kind of cool, digital. But I actually bought a few games before I actually had the console, so I got the console today, and 3 days ago I took advantage of a buy two get one free offer, and I picked up Super Mario Bros. U, Pikmin 3, and Rayman Legends.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, so and it was like $100 total because of some discounts and stuff. So it was pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet deal. I'm debating what I want to play first tonight. I'm probably just going to play Mario. We'll see.
Safe bet.
I mean, I heard it wasn't the best one, but I mean, it's a Mario game. I feel like I have to have one, so can't go wrong.
And it's
there.
late. You don't want to like emotionally get involved with the Pikmin.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not ready for that type of commitment
Yeah.
yet. So we'll
It's a
see.
huge
I gotta get
commitment.
used to the gamepad first.
Oh, the gamepad. Well, it did take me a little bit to get used to it, but once I got comfortable with it, it was awesome.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I was able to hold the gamepad that wasn't connected to like a do not steal this device, you know, at like a demo store. And so it's really light. And I'm sure I'm late to the party saying this, but I'm surprised at how light it feels. I mean, like my 3DS is heavier, and it's, you know, half the size.
Yeah, I think that controller, if people actually gave it a chance, they would be pleasantly surprised at how well that thing performs for what it is trying to do.
Good. The verdict will be out soon.
My biggest gripe with it is the battery life is atrocious.
Oh yeah, I've only had it plugged in so far because, you know, it just came out of the box, but I've heard bad things.
I'm finding now that my battery dies in 1.5 to 2 hours.
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
So I usually just leave it plugged in because why
Yeah.
not?
Well, now I have to debate where I'm going to keep that plug, because I was going to put it behind the TV, but if that's the case, maybe I'll have to leave it out.
You will need to use it a lot.
That stinks. Thanks for the heads up. Wait, if the gamepad turns off, like, it doesn't mess up the game, I would assume, right? Like, it just pause, or
I think so.
just
I
curious?
don't actually remember what happens.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since I've let that happen.
Naturally. No worries. I'll experiment and I'll find out. But yeah, so it's been taunting me, so this might be, I don't know, it might be a rushed Bosscast because I want to play.
Oh.
But beyond that, Thanksgiving is coming up. So by the time you guys hear this, listeners, it'll be Thanksgiving here in America a few days later, and then all the Black Friday craziness. So I'll be working.
Oh, it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, I have a pretty good shift. Like I'm still working overnight Thursday into Friday morning, which is fine, but that affords me the chance to get up Friday and kind of do some shopping. So I'm in the market to buy an external hard drive for my computer. So I'm hoping that I can find that. Thinking Amazon might be the best choice.
Yeah, they're generally pretty good.
Refresh my memory, in Canada, is it something going on that Friday too?
I think we have Cyber Monday,
Right.
which is the day after the American Thanksgiving, which I think is Sunday.
In Canada, over the last few years, we have started to adopt Black Friday as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Black Friday is such a huge deal, in the States, and there's so many deals that a lot of Canadians actually cross the border for that one day. And a lot of those stores are seeing super huge drops in their sales on that particular day. So now they're trying to do Black Friday over here too. Though our deals are not as good as US Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely not as good as Boxing Day over here.
Right. That's the day after Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I feel like I would rather... I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's because of my own precedence and what I've done before, but I feel like as an employee, I would rather go into work early the day after Thanksgiving than the day after Christmas. Like, as a retail person.
True. I think that coming off of Christmas, there's just a lot more significance to it.
Mm-hmm.
Though I feel like, I don't know about you, Matt, Boxing Day, shopping is, unless you're trying to go to an electronics store and buy a big screen TV, there's a few hour window in the morning where it's just dead. Because people are recovering from Christmas.
Yeah.
And by noon, everything is screwed. But if you're shopping for anything else, you've got a 4-hour window where the world is your oyster and you can just get all the great deals.
Yeah, like you said, though, I mean, I think Best Buy and a couple of the other big box stores have like door crashers that start at something like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. or something. So you've got people lined up. There's generally like, 4 or 5 TVs available or something like that. But if you miss that and you get it before about 11 o'clock, yeah, it's pretty much a sweet spot.
For sure.
Not to like steal away anything you guys might be going for, but you mentioned lines. Speaking of lines, I had last Thursday off, and I happened to pass up 2 GameStops, and I saw PS4 lines at like 11 a.m. And then I saw the Target line the day after, like when I went into work. So you guys were lucky. You didn't have to wait in line, right? You both got it shipped to you?
Well.
Yeah. So the night before launch, I was out with a bunch of coworkers, and it was 10 p.m., and I was in the heart of downtown. So I said, before I go home, let's just see what the scene is like. So I passed by the big EB Games on Yonge Street. There were about 5 or 6 dudes outside, but I assumed they all had pre-orders, and everyone else was just out of luck.
Yeah.
And then I went around the corner to the Best Buy, and they were having a huge launch event. So I saw a bunch of guys in cosplay. They had a bunch of PlayStations and sofas set up outside so you could play. And then I saw the line at the front, and there was only about 20 people there. And I'm like, that's really weird. Maybe I should just get in this line. And then I followed the signs that said, here, go to the back of the line. And when I turned the corner, just people as far as the eye could see.
Wow.
Really?
And I said, you know what? I'm just going to wait for mine in the mail. And I went home. Which...
didn't really work out for us.
Yeah, it didn't work out for us. So mine shipped from Amazon at 9:45 in the morning, and it did not get to the UPS facility until 11:30 at night.
Fair.
And then I think, Matt, you had a similar experience?
Yeah, mine shipped at 4:30 in the morning and didn't get to the Canada Post facility in Etobicoke, I think, until 7 o'clock that night. So it was too late to go out.
Wow.
But apparently they said that it was Best... like, I got mine from Best Buy, and they said that Best Buy had sent the packages late. So it wasn't really a Canada Post issue. It was just that Best Buy had sent them after the cutoff.
Yeah, so I just kind of went that launch weekend being super jealous of everyone else with their PS4s.
Yeah.
Even though I had a really busy weekend and I didn't really have a chance to play any video games, I was still like, I wish that PS4 was sitting on my shelf right now.
Yeah.
But I did eventually get it on Monday. It shipped just fine, and all is good from here. And you, Matt?
So, yeah, I mean, as far as the PS4 goes, it was kind of bad because I was on vacation all last week. And I had the whole weekend planned out because Liza was going to Buffalo shopping with some of her girlfriends. So I figured, Friday I'd get my PS4. I could hang out, play my PS4 all weekend. No girlfriend here. It's kind of like my own like place. I got it, and then it didn't come. So that was kind of suck. But yeah, so I got it yesterday, Monday, and it's I like it. I put a picture on Facebook of me celebrating me getting the PS4.
I saw that.
Yeah,
too.
very, very attractive.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, it was Liza's birthday last week, so we went away to a spa up in Muskoka, got some massages, relaxed, and then I had the week off, so I didn't really do a whole lot, except I played a ton of video games, which we'll get to.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you have any issues setting it up?
Just network issues. I mean, I had no issues downloading the initial patch, the 1.5 patch, but I had a lot of issues downloading things like games and updates. So I'm not really sure how that worked, but first of all, I got screwed because when you buy the PS3 version of Call of Duty, which I got for free from Future Shop in that sale that they had, and then PlayStation, when you buy the PS4, the early one, they give you a $10 credit, which coincidentally is the price to upgrade it to the PS4 version of Call of Duty. So I ended up getting both games for free.
Nice.
But in the little sleeve on the inside of the game, it gives you instructions on how to upgrade it. And it tells you to just go in and buy it and it'll be $10 and blah, blah. So I went in and I bought it, but it said $59.99. And I said, well, I guess, I just have to buy it and then it'll adjust itself or whatever. And it didn't. It charged me the entire $60 to upgrade it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, well, what the heck? And then I called John, my brother's, because he had the same game. And he's like, no, there's a menu inside the PS Store that's called PS3 to PS4. And you have to go there and all the upgrades are in there. But it didn't say that on the actual instruction card. So I called PlayStation and I said, listen, and I said, you guys, like the instruction card didn't give me the right instructions. And the guy was like, yeah, no problem. And they ended up refunding me my money. But
good.
So all is well that ends well. But Jet, to answer your question, I had network issues downloading the updates for Call of Duty and actually downloading the physical game. I must have tried maybe 10 times and it just kept saying I couldn't connect to the server.
No blue
That
lights
sucks.
of death yet, though, right?
Touch wood, I have not experienced the blue light of death.
Me too.
I have not. My brother has, and that
Oh.
really sucks. And I think Jeff from Split Kick also got the blue light of death.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's sad. One of the editors at Machinima got one, too.
Oh, no.
I know. We've all been touched by the blue light of death already.
yeah, they said it was something like less than 10% of all consoles that were sold have issues, but
Yeah, I
so
heard
far
that
so
too.
good with me.
Yep, knock on wood, fingers crossed.
Sounds like someone just had a bad day at the manufacturing facility.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, though, that story of at least one guy claiming that he worked at Foxconn and he didn't like how they treated him there, so he actually went out of his way to sabotage a bunch of those PS4s.
No, I didn't, but that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I actually heard about that.
Oh man, if that's true and you're one of the guys that got one, you'd be so mad at him.
I just want to punch him in the face.
How about you, Jet? Any stories so far? PS4?
Updating it was fine. Logging into PSN was a nightmare.
Yeah.
The first time around. I don't know what happened. It was some weird error NW3 something something. I tried searching it online and no one had any sort of guide for this is what this error message means. So I restarted the PS4 and my router a whole bunch of times. Did not work. And Steph had ordered Chinese food for dinner. So I said, alright, I'm going to turn everything off and I'll go eat dinner. And when I come back, we'll try this again. And then when I tried it, it worked just fine.
It's magical Chinese food.
After that, I did have issues with stuff downloading partway through and then just stopping. And then I'd have to restart it a few times in order for it to go.
Yeah, and you got the cannot download or something message, right? I got those a couple times too. And there's a little X and a line across the picture on your board.
Yeah.
You think it was just from too many users trying to get it at the same time or something like that?
Yeah, I'm sure it's got to be.
Yeah.
Maybe. I find the downloading to be much faster when it is working.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
There's that. Sorry, continue, Matt.
I was going to say, but the downloads are huge, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I read those.
All those games are gigantic, and for someone with a bandwidth cap as much as mine, this just isn't a sustainable option for me to go all digital.
No.
What about your streaming for PS4? Is that going to mess up bandwidth too? Is that pull a lot or what?
It probably will. I did broadcast the other night tried out some Resogun, and no one ended up watching the stream, so I have no idea how it actually went.
Yeah.
But from within the system itself, it seemed to work just fine. I didn't notice any sort of dip in performance in the game, and I like how it shows the chat bar on the side, and I could plug in a microphone and then just talk with people from there.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty easy too.
Yeah, one of the things I had issues with Resogun specifically is that the system did not record any video of it, and I don't know why.
When you were broadcasting, you mean?
No, when I wasn't broadcasting, I was specifically trying to record video
Yeah.
or pull up the archives of the last 15 minutes. It just did not record anything at all, even when I hit record.
Really?
It's not like waiting for a new update or anything, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I was just curious.
Because it worked just fine for NBA 2K14.
Ah,
Yeah, I watched your stream of that. That's pretty cool. The game looks fantastic.
Yeah, about that. We'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
Other things I like about the PlayStation.
Actually, hold on, Jack. Can I just interject here for 1 second?
Of course you can.
The streaming feature, I streamed yesterday and my brother logged onto Twitch, like the actual website, and watched the stream. And it's actually pretty good. There's a little bit of lag between you playing and the stream, obviously, but it's only about 2 seconds or maybe 2.5 seconds of lag. So like I would jump and then he would, wait and then tell me when he saw me jump online. It's about 2 seconds. And the quality's pretty good. You can switch like between stream rates and whatnot. Yeah, and the microphone works and I can see the chat when he types on it and whatnot. So it seems to work pretty well.
2 seconds. That's not that bad at all. That's pretty good.
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I assume that hinges on your internet speed, though.
Yeah, your connection,
at home.
exactly.
But-
Yeah. One of the gripes that people have been saying about the PlayStation 4 integration right now is that it does not record any of that video directly to Twitch.
No,
So
it just
once
streams
that's-
it.
Yeah. I've been looking into an Elgato Game Capture HD device thing for recording and streaming stuff, but I was kind of waiting to see how the PlayStation 4 would handle that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the features that are there work pretty well, but it's pretty basic. So you can broadcast, and it doesn't really archive anything. You can record 15 minutes of footage, but that's it. And then if you want to make a clip, you can't... You can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Matt, but I'm pretty sure you can't cut and paste different clips into, like, one big montage.
I haven't tried, to be honest, so I couldn't refute that or confirm it.
Because from what I've seen, you can take one segment of that 15 minutes and then just trim it to that, and then that's your video, and that's it. You can't take different snippets from that same video or from other videos and put them together.
I don't know. See, to me, that just seems like it's still in its infancy, right? Like, it seems like something that they could just sort of add pretty easily
implement
in a
later.
patch or something.
Yeah, I would expect that to come in at some point later on. For the time being, it's functional, and it works well for what it is, and I'm hoping that they build on that some more.
Yeah, and see, the other thing, too, about recording video and then editing it and whatnot is if that all starts saving to your hard drive, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I noticed with NBA 2K14, it was already saving gigs of video
Yeah.
as I was playing.
Can you put in an external hard drive or no?
No.
Yeah, no. Is there any way to get that off? Like onto your computer or anything to save?
Right now, no.
That stinks.
You can swap the internal hard drive, though, at some point, and I think it supports, any size. You can put a terabyte in there if you want.
Yeah, so there's that. I like PlayStation Live. I had no idea what that was until I hit it. And then it's just an archive of all the people that are broadcasting right then and there. And you can just watch the live streams from there and text chat and voice chat. And that's really awesome.
So you can watch the live stream of other people right on your PlayStation?
Yes.
See, that's what I didn't like about, or I guess maybe I didn't even find out about the Twitch stream, is that in order to watch somebody streaming on Twitch, you have to go to the Twitch website. You can't, there's no option. Like, even if, I don't know, maybe there is, correct me if I'm wrong, but we searched through, as I was streaming, my brother was searching through my player account and everything else to see if there was a link to, start viewing my stream specifically. He could view all the other streams, but he couldn't find mine.
I think it's supposed to show up in either his What's New section, or when he goes over to your profile, it should say, hey, this person's now streaming. Here's the link to...
It didn't. We checked.
Weird.
So maybe it was just, again, the network was kind of wonky last night, right? So,
what do you think of the interface?
I It's a little sort of disjointed.
In what way?
Well, I mean, first of all, everything's all in a line. So like all your games, everything is all in a line. So there's no way to organize anything. There's no way to organize your friends list. Everything, and especially with a 2,000 limit for friends list, if you get anywhere close to that, you're going to have a rough time finding anybody.
Yeah, really.
For sure.
And then the cross media bar is pretty cool. It took me a little bit to realize that you had to push the up button to get to it, but I mean, it's good. I think it can be improved.
I think it's a definite step up from the PlayStation 3. And
Yeah.
I love how fast and snappy it is.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
I'm sure there's all sorts of little things that they can tweak here and there to make that experience better. I like the feature where you can do a name request, so you show up as Matt on my PSN instead of your gamer tag.
Yeah, it has to be confirmed on both sides.
Yeah, nice little touch like that. And I haven't tried the headset yet. Have you?
Yeah, I tried it. It works. It works well. It plugs into the controller, very similar, like the Xbox 360 one used to do.
Nice.
But it's probably the worst feeling headset I've ever had in my life. It's I don't know whose ear they made it for, but it's gigantic.
Yeah, the Giants ear. That's what I've heard too.
Yeah, it's really awkward to wear. Doesn't really fit in your ear, and I'm not gonna lie, I have big ears, and it still doesn't fit in my ear. So you have to help anybody that has smaller ears than I do. But overall, the sound quality is pretty good. We had a chat on it last night, me and a couple friends, and yeah, I mean, it sounded fine. So it's obviously good quality. It's just the build of it is a little awkward.
Overall, I'm really digging the PS4. Just the overall experience of the system and the software. Well, at least the firmware on it.
Oh, and the controller, it's so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Really
it's so
enjoying
much
that.
better. Yeah. It feels great. Like it's heavier. It's got more like weight to it and girth to it. The buttons are good. The sticks feel better. The triggers are amazing. Oh, it's awesome.
Microsoft's got a lot going for it. It's got to beat it. Got to beat it now.
I think
Yeah.
toe to toe that Xbox One controller is either just as good as the PS4 or if not a touch better.
Really?
From what I've played. I played it a couple of weeks ago at a Future Shop where they had Killer Instinct set up. And I played against a guy who was clearly practicing, and he was doing ultra combos and stuff on the people before me.
Nice.
And then just with my, not to boast, my natural fighting game talent, I whooped this guy's butt pretty hard.
That's
That
awesome.
was awesome. I didn't even really know the moves, but I was just using my fighting game fundamentals and dismantled them pretty convincingly.
Awesome.
And I just beat him, and I put the controller down, walked away, and I could hear his friends heckling him, like, what the heck happened?
That's
And all the
awesome.
kids that he beat before are all lined up and they're giving you like a
Yeah.
round of applause as you walk by.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Xbox controller feels really good too. I'm obviously not going to buy an Xbox anytime soon, but I do like the controller. I think the PlayStation controller is heavier though.
Yes, it is. That Xbox One controller is crazy light.
Yeah.
It's like a complete opposite of the PS3 and the 360.
Yeah, in that sense, for sure.
Jed, have you had any chance to try out the touchpad on the controller?
I did for Battlefield.
What does it do in Battlefield?
You click it, and the battle log pops up. And that's
Okay.
it, as far as I know.
Yeah, in Assassin's Creed, if you click it, it brings up the map, and then you can sort of scan the map using your finger.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
It's interesting. I find that if you're not looking at the pad to sort of start where your finger is, I'm constantly like slipping off the pad. Like it's too small to actually do anything meaningful on a map.
Hmm.
So you're kind of like short scrolling it like 15 times to get across the map. But yeah,
I'm curious. Does Angry Birds Star Wars support that touchpad?
I don't know, but for $59.99, it better.
Yeah, seriously.
I almost puked when I saw that, dude. $59.99 for Angry Birds. I can get it for $1 on my cell phone.
It's probably better on your cell phone.
Yeah.
I got it for free on my Android tablet.
See, there you go.
Does anybody know what they offer that makes it $59.99? Like, is it anything different than the mobile experience?
A disc.
It's on a big
Wow.
screen.
Touchpad support.
Yeah. Because that's new and
Yeah.
innovative for Angry Birds. Yeah, I have no idea.
So I also tried the Vita Remote Play.
Okay.
It's great.
Really? That's good.
It works exactly as advertised.
Wow.
It's pretty snappy too. Like you have to pair your device with your PlayStation. So you just open up the update for the latest update for the Vita gave you something called PS4 Link. And so if you open that app on the Vita and you go to the settings and you pair it in the PS4 menu, you literally just have to turn your Vita on, click on the PS4 link, click on Remote Play, and then it basically shoots the screen from your PS4 to your Vita, and whatever's there, you can do. So I had Assassin's Creed playing, clicked on the Remote Play, and then I was playing Assassin's Creed on my Vita. And it looked great, and there was no, like, very minimal lag. Some people had said they experienced like the graphics sort of dumbed themselves down when they went on the Vita, but I didn't notice that. Everything looked really, really crisp and sharp on the Vita. So yeah, and you can even control the cross menu bar, and it's basically anything you can do on the PS4 you can do on the Vita screen.
Cool.
Yeah, so it works really well.
I don't have a Vita right now, but if Target has one of their crazy deals, I might do it. I actually heard, I saw through Red Flag Deals that certain Targets were selling the Vita Call of Duty bundle for $69.99.
Oh my god.
Wait, the original Vita?
Yes.
Wow, that's really good.
Buy a few.
Yeah, kudos to anybody that picked that up.
Yeah. Just throw away the game, but keep the system.
Yeah. This podcast brought to you by Target.
Yeah, they really can't do any wrong.
Apparently.
My local Target has been ravaged. Because of that buy two, get one free, there's just nothing left. All the clearance games are gone, and most of the regular games are gone too. But I did go to another one out of town, and I was able to get Forza Horizon for $18.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Our store was cleared out too. Like when I asked the girl that worked in electronics, was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and get the buy two get one free." She's like, "Oh my god, what are you gonna buy for?" And I was like, "Oh, probably just get the Wii U." She's like, "Oh, you're fine." And I was like, "Oh, why? What happened?" And she says, "Well, we have no more PS4s, no more PS4 games. We sold out of all of our Xbox 360s and our PS3 consoles, and we're low on like this, and this game." I was like, "Man."
Holy
She
cow.
said, like, yeah, people would come, and you can only get one of each game, so you couldn't buy like 3 Call of Duty Ghosts. You can only get one of each. But she said people would come, and the biggest thing they would get would be Ghosts, Battlefield 4, and Assassin's Creed 4. And like everyone got those. So like they had none of those left. They had extra Call of Duties, but everything else was sold out. So yeah, it was crazy. Everyone's taking advantage of the deals. I couldn't believe that they said our store had only like 30 like pre-orders for like PlayStation 4s, which I don't think we even got that many to start. And then we had like 60 to 70 of like each game, but they're all gone. They were all gone within the first like 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was partly because of the deal, but people didn't even have like the console, we're just buying the games ahead of time. So it's pretty popular. And I remember reading, I think it was this morning, that Sony said they sold like, 1.3 million units already?
It was over 1 million PS4s in a day.
Yeah, in the day. And it was only North America, is that right?
I think so.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's good for them.
Yeah, I bought Battlefield 4 and NBA 2K14 before the system came out, and since then, a lot of stores have sold out completely of NBA 2K14.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even seen that much in the way of NBA Live, which is really odd because apparently that game's not very good.
It's terrible, apparently. Yeah. I watched a review on IGN and it was awful.
Mm. So I see a little bit of Killzone left, a little bit of Knack, and I think I see a lot of Injustice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Otherwise, I mean, we could keep the PS4 discussion going, but I see that on what we've been playing, there's some non-PS4 stuff. So, we want to break it up a little bit? What have you guys been playing that's not on the PS4 or the Wii U?
So I got on actually another Target story. On my way back from Muskoka, I went and stopped in a Target and specifically looking for and finding the $20 Ni no Kuni for PS3.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, so I got it, took it home. Basically, I think I'm up in like the mid 30 hours on it.
Wow.
Since Monday. So, which is for me, that's pretty dang good.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And
time.
I'm not even halfway through. So, it's it's pretty good. I'm extremely impressed by it. It's good. Have any of you guys played it?
I have it. I have not played it. I have plans to play it. That is the first game I plan on playing once PS4 Mania dies down.
Yeah, same way. I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, it's so good. I really can't say enough good things about it. I'm a huge kind of like JRPG fan, and it gave me, like, I haven't played a game in a long time that's given me that kind of like Final Fantasy feeling that I used to get when I used to play the older Final Fantasy games like 7, 8, 9. And this kind of did it for me. It's a little kiddish, like a little cartoony, but I think that's sort of really endearing about it. It's a lot of animated cutscenes, some really good voice work, but it's kind of sort of like Japanese cutesy. I don't really know if that makes any sense, but everything, it's sort of like a cross between Pokemon and like the Tales games. It really looks like the Tales games, but you get to sort of capture beasts and whatnot. The only difference between it and Pokemon is that in Pokemon, you can decide when you try and capture them with the Pokeballs, but in this game, the computer decides when they allow themselves to be captured, which can be a little annoying at times.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that one eventually. Definitely on my list of things to play. I'm not a JRPG guy, but this one kind of stuck out as one that, if I'm going to play any of them, I should try this one.
Yeah, it's really long though. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it surprised me. I've been kind of doing everything sort of like blazing through the side quests and sort of taking my time with it. And it's a long. I just kind of went online to sort of gauge where I was at in the game, like via a walkthrough. And yeah, I'm not even halfway. Yeah, I think I might be like 40% of the way through, and I'm like I said, in the sort of low to mid 30-hour range.
Nice.
So. It's it's pretty good.
I think that will make a perfect PS4 drought game for me, because I'm looking at the lineup for what's coming out and what's coming in the quote-unquote launch window for PS4, and I'm not really excited for anything on that list after what I already have.
Yeah, what is there? Just Watch Dogs? Is that it? I don't even know.
That's not even their launch window. That's
okay.
Q2 2014.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Infamous is in that launch window Q1 2014. That's kind of the biggest one, but I'm not even all that interested in that franchise, so it's
no.
I mostly bought the PS4 to have it.
Yeah, me too. Although PlayStation put out a release saying that they're going to have consoles at Christmas. They said that there will be a supply of consoles available during the holidays. So, which the initial impression was that they wouldn't be available again until like March-ish. So it's good, I guess.
Better than nothing. Curious to see how Xbox does. I guess by the time people listen to this, the Xbox One will be out, and they'll have all sorts of impressions on how that thing works. We don't have one, so we can't say.
Womp womp.
I still want to play the Killer Instinct, though. Having played that, it is a lot of fun, and the reviews for it have been pretty positive, except for the fact that the package isn't all that great. In terms of, well, it's only 6 or 7 characters, and there's no single-player mode, and so on and so forth. But as a fighting game, it's pretty solid.
I'm sure that game will pick up. I mean, I'm sure once people start getting their systems, it'll be pretty lively and fun. Like, without the single-player mode, you know?
How about you, Jason? What have you been playing?
Man, like I said before, I haven't been able to play any of the Wii U games, so it's like eating me alive, because I bought some, but I can't play them. But, let's see, I actually finally finished all of Pokemon Y on the 3DS, so I know you guys aren't the biggest fans, but like that game was pretty challenging towards the end. I was surprised, because usually I get to the Elite Four and the Pokemon League Champion, and it's just like another walk through the park. But they were kind of challenging. I mean, I still never lost. I don't think I've actually lost a battle the entire game, but It was at least challenging. Like I felt like Nintendo did a good job of making the game feel like these are the 4 strongest people in the game, and so that was kind of cool. Well, then I beat it, and I'm like, well, now I'm done, and I'll probably never play again, so it's sad.
That's what I was going to ask you, because you said last podcast that you didn't know whether or not you would, so you don't think you'll play it again?
I don't know. Like, there's actually a really neat feature with their Street Pass at the very end that you can unlock. Basically, any one of your... Well, not even Street Pass. I guess it uses Street Pass too, but any one of your friends that you have on the system, or people that you pass that have the game, go into, like, essentially the Safari Zone from the original game, but you select, like, let's say all 3 of us had it, like, and I would go to Jet's Safari area, then I would walk in and he would have 3 specific Pokemon that I have a chance to catch in his little area, like at any given time. So, and they might be like really unique. Like he might have like this rare version of like Pikachu that you wouldn't find in the regular game. But then say, Matt, you might have like the same area, but your 3 Pokemon are totally different. And they're not found anywhere else in the game but in that area. So it really entices you to take your 3DS everywhere and tag people, because you can catch a lot of extra stuff. So that was really cool. But beyond that, it's like, well, the game's already over, and I'm not really going to battle anyone else, so I'm probably just going to finish.
Yeah, for sure.
Beyond that, a while ago, I saw this game at GameStop for $1. It's called Spyborgs, and it's by Capcom. And I decided to pop that in, because when I bought it, it was only $1, but it looked really cool. Like, the artwork was in good shape, and the box was fine, so I'm like, oh, as a collector, yeah, I should probably have this for $1, and it's Capcom. That game is pretty cool. It's a co-op brawler, like side-scrolling beat-em-up, and I was really surprised. I mean, for $1, I couldn't really go wrong. But you control one of 3 characters, and there's like a big robot, like a guy and a girl. The girl's a ninja. She's probably the coolest one. But anyways, you kind of go about each level beating people up, collecting orbs like you do in Devil May Cry, and leveling up your stats. So it's actually kind of deep, but the gameplay is pretty solid. For a Wii game that still uses motion controls, I thought it was pretty cool. And I'm impressed. So I was happy. For $1 buy, I thought it was great. I recommend.
I remember hearing good things about that game, but I just didn't want to pay the $60 for it.
Oh god, I would never pay $60.
Maybe if I could find it for $1.
Yeah.
I would do it.
I mean, let's put it this way. I paid more money for Bomberman X-Zero. So you could do worse.
It's hard to turn down any video game for $1.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
yeah.
Even like, Angry Birds for $1, great deal. Like this game, another good deal. So I guess lesson learned, take a chance, it could be awesome.
I remember buying Rock Revolution for $1 and just thinking, like, I actually felt bad for Rock Revolution of like, man, you have fallen to the absolute bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Let me just take you home and put you out of your misery. And I bought it.
It's sad that I feel like that about some games sometimes.
My brother and I played it once and just said, man, this is why this game is only selling for $1. It was funny because I can't remember what store that I bought it that had it for $1, but I came back the next week and they had marked it back up to $15 because they could not sell it for $1.
Oh, it's sad. That's when you just buy it for the case and just like give it to a better game.
Exactly.
But yeah, beyond that, I haven't really played anything else, so I've been kind of slow.
All right. I've tried to wrap up Sly Cooper Thieves in time before the PS4 came, to no avail. I'm about 75% done.
So close.
And
you can do it.
Getting there. I'm definitely losing steam on it. It's starting to wear a little thin, and the technical problems are starting to get messy, where the frame rate is starting to chug all the time, and the novelty is wearing off. I don't think that game has enough ideas to keep it going as long as it does. I think I'm still going to finish it because it's still a good game, but I am definitely not enjoying it as much as I was earlier.
Do you think you'll buy the Sly Cooper HD collection?
If I can also get it for $6, maybe.
Fair enough.
Like I did, but it's good, and I would be curious to try more of them, but this one's starting to... Yeah, I'm definitely losing interest in it. I'm going to beat it, and then just move on.
I like your dedication. It's good.
I have too many games to just jump from one to the other, so if I start jumping around, I will never finish anything. So I just try and stick to one game at a time, though this week was clearly an exception.
Right.
With all of the PS4 stuff. So let's move on to that. I kind of want to talk about some PS4 games. Matt, what have you been playing on there?
So I got, as I said, the upgrade to Call of Duty Ghosts. I haven't had a chance to play that yet because it wouldn't download. But I played some Black Flag. It looks fantastic. I played Assassin's Creed on PC, like the last Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 3, and it looked great on the PC, obviously. And I would say that the PS4 version of Assassin's Creed rivals what I played on PC for Assassin's Creed 3. The graphics are phenomenal. The textures are just so good. Like, if you walk up to the side of a hill, the textures don't get foggier. Like, they get almost sharper as you walk in, and all the leaves, you can see all the little details on the leaves, and the closer you get, the clearer it gets, and It's just phenomenal. It's really, really cool. And then I also streamed that game as well, and it looked good streaming. It, like I said, the quality is sort of depreciates a little bit, but overall, pretty impressive.
What is the story like?
Honestly, I played maybe 20 minutes of it.
Oh, okay.
So far, it is you are a Navy guy who gets shipwrecked on an island, and then I chased a guy around an island, and then I found a guy with a boat, and now I'm getting off the island. And then that's about the first 20 minutes of the game.
Riveting.
All right.
Yeah, other than that, I played a bit of Resogun. I like it. It's pretty straightforward.
I like it more than I thought I would. What's not straightforward, at least so far, I have no idea how to save humans.
Oh, so the humans pop out of the boxes and they land on the floor.
But they don't always pop out of the boxes.
Oh, they don't?
No, I've had cases where the people are in the boxes, and then I'm in front of the box waiting for them to come out or something, and then they just keel over and die.
Oh.
Oh, that's weird.
And I don't understand how they get out of that box for me to save them consistently.
I don't know. Yeah, that's, I guess, now that I think of it, yeah, I've lost humans that I have not seen. Huh.
Maybe they see you, Jet, and they know you're the commander from the Pikmin world, and that you just leave them behind, so they'd rather die.
I'm not going with this guy. We know what he did to the Pikmin.
Yeah, exactly.
I do appreciate that there's a little bit more gameplay depth with the saving of the humans and trying to keep your combo going, so you don't want to kill everything, or at least have a circle going of dudes that you can constantly shoot at. And
Yeah.
the bomb mechanic and the supercharged gun, it's really well done. I haven't gotten very far in it, though. I can beat the first level, and then I die on the second one.
That's exactly as far as I've gotten. Beat the first level, but halfway through the second one, I died.
Definitely want to play more of that. That was the one game I streamed, and I think if anyone had ever watched it, they would have seen me do really good until I got to the boss, and then I lost all my lives immediately.
What, the first level was?
Yes, the big wheel.
The big wheel, yeah. Have you guys tried, or Chad, have you played Contrast? It's another free one for PlayStation Plus.
I have downloaded it. I have not played it.
It looks so
Pretty cool. Yeah. It's so essentially what it is you are a girl that can basically meld into the shadows and use the shadows as real things. So, for instance, if a light is shining on a ball, for instance, and the ball is casting a shadow on the wall, you can run over to where the light is on the wall, blend into the shadow, and then climb up the shadow to get up onto a balcony or something. So it's really neat. I've only played maybe about 20-25 minutes of it, but so far it's a very interesting way of, or an interesting game, interesting mechanic.
Okay. When I have a day off planned for later this week from work that I booked off specifically to binge on video games, and I will definitely play that one by then, if not sooner.
Yeah. I don't know what the story's like, but so far the actual the gameplay is pretty neat. The idea of it.
All right.
I love games like that. Like games that are just creative and different. Doesn't matter really how they play. Just artful and fun. Those are some of the best.
Yeah.
It looks like, I remember just thinking back of E3 too, like the PS4 seems to be a nice cradle for those. So I hope we see more things like that, like Contrast.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they made it a lot easier to develop for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's opening the door for a lot of indie developers to sort of get their foot in the door and sort of make the things that they want to make, which is good for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I kind of made this revelation in my head. When I think about the PlayStation 3 and its software lineup, the game that defines it for me is Heavy Rain.
Oh, I was going to say
and
Journey.
I say that... Ugh, barf. And I say Heavy Rain because that was a game that you would not find anywhere. Xbox didn't have it. Microsoft was supposedly pitched it, and they said no because the child abduction angle they thought was too serious. And that was the only type of... Heavy Rain was only available on the PS3, and I love that Sony is backing that type of content, letting creators kind of go nuts, and they're willing to take risks like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they won a lot of goodwill with me on that one, which is partially why I am a PS4 owner today and not an Xbox One owner.
Yeah, and then they tried to sort of piggyback off that with Beyond Two Souls, but not quite the same quality.
Supposedly, I owned that game for a couple of days as part of Target's Buy Two Get One Free, and I tried to trade in the PS3 versions of Battlefield and Call of Duty for PS4 versions, but because of the big Future Shop deal, no one was returning games, so I just got rid of all three. Oh well. On the PS4, besides Resogun, I've been playing... I played a bunch of NBA 2K14, and while it definitely looks better than the current-gen versions, it does not look, I'd say, nearly as good as any of the trailers. It's, like, not even close.
Really?
Yeah, it looks really good. Like, it's the best-looking basketball game ever, for sure, but the expectations they set with their trailers, I don't know, they just got me a little too hyped, and it doesn't live up to that. But it still looks great, the animation is awesome, and it still plays like a dream. The only thing that really, really bothers me is the changes to the My Career mode. So, with the new next-gen power, they have decided to make the worst parts of that game even more longer, and, I mean, just worse. So, now this game has so many cutscenes. You start out the game with 20 minutes of you arguing with your agent, or talking to your agent about the upcoming talent showcase, and then you play in that game, and then you argue with your rival guy, and you talk to your agent some more, and then you talk to the GMs who are potentially want to draft you, and then you have to buy a suit for draft night, and then you have to sit through the draft, and then the season starts, and you start the first few games as a bench warmer. So you're watching the game sim itself out from the bench, and you don't actually get to play.
That is awesome.
Oh, man.
So
like the first hour of this game is
exactly.
nothing.
Exactly. I'm just
Wow.
like, what the hell is this? It was more like playing like basketball The Walking Dead versus actually playing a basketball simulator. And it doesn't help that the cutscenes are really cheesy and the dialogue's really bad, and this is not the next-gen basketball experience I was looking for.
Is this NBA 2K14 on PS4? I have no idea.
I don't know, but I bought a suit.
Yeah, I don't know, but this game is really interesting. I hope we win.
Yeah.
So there was that, and I tried some Battlefield 4. That game looks gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That game definitely shows that next-gen bump. I played a little bit of the single-player last night and a bit of multiplayer just before we started the show. I'm a little bummed out with the campaign of Battlefield 4, which seems like it's really, really pretty, but it also kind of plays like a worse Call of Duty campaign.
Yeah.
Where the story beats aren't that interesting, and the enemies just seem really dumb, where they'll just kind of stand there and shoot you, versus, like, at least trying to fake that they're hiding from you.
Yeah.
And multiplayer seemed kind of cool, although I'm still trying to get a feel for its quirks. And when you die in Battlefield, do you have to pick your loadout every single time?
Yes.
That kind of sucks, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because they give you the quote unquote option of changing in case it's something that you didn't like, or changing your specs or something to fine tune as you go.
But what if I like the stuff that I have and I just want to go back in instead of sitting through that menu every single time?
Well, it's not just the menu though. Like, it's a buffering period or waiting period, like a respawn period.
All right. Maybe I just need to play it a little more. And I'm not a first-person shooter connoisseur, but
it's easily the best looking game on the console right now.
Even over Killzone?
Well, I haven't played Killzone, to be honest, but
Better than Assassin's Creed?
it's better than Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look phenomenal, and I think I will even if it ends up being a mediocre game, I will totally tolerate it as a showcase launch piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the destructible buildings and destructible environments and everything, so cool.
I've seen a lot of people complain about the online in that game crashing a lot. I experienced that when I tried to pick the server function, and it just crashed immediately.
Oh,
But
really?
I do like how the PlayStation 4 handles crashes, where blue screen comes up and it says, "Oh, sorry, the game has crashed due to this. Go send an error report," and you can actually send an error report from there. instead of just the system completely crapping out and then having to turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, that's smart.
I'm assuming there are probably cases where it'll crash really, really bad and lock your system up, but
Yeah. Until then.
yeah, until then, it handles that part really well.
So, since you guys have had the system, how would you rate it compared to your other launch day systems? You know, is it better or worse? About the same?
The system is really slick. I was not expecting it to be, at least from a firmware perspective, as functioning as well as it does.
Yeah.
For the most part. Online stuff is kind of a bummer where I guess the server load is too much and it can't handle everyone.
Mm-hmm.
The games leave a little bit to be desired. It's still mostly stuff you could play on an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 right now.
Right. But I mean, I think that's coming to expect it with any launch. You know, you don't really tap that full potential till a bit later.
Well, I don't know. The Wii U launch still had Mario in it, and that was really good. And it had Nintendo Land in it, and maybe not the greatest, but at least showed off the potential of the system.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's true.
And even though the Nintendo 64 only launched with 2 games, one of those was Mario 64.
Arguably the best game
true.
ever.
For sure.
True. I'm eating my words as we speak.
I'm guessing it's better than, say, the PS3 launch lineup with Genji 2 and Resistance.
Whoa. Are you hating on Genji 2 now, Jet? Come on. That game was completely mediocre.
Let's not forget that it also had... was Lair a launch title?
No.
No, I don't think so. Maybe Window, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm glad they got
It
rid of
launched
that.
with Call of Duty, though, didn't it? Call of Duty 3, I think?
I think it did. What else? I'm remembering Fantavision launching with the PlayStation 2.
Look at all the colors.
Here's the launch lineup for the PlayStation 3 in the US. We had Call of Duty 3,
Nice call.
Genji Days of the Blade, Madden NFL 07, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Mobile Suit...
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I forgot about that.
That game was alright.
Wasn't there there was a Gundam game too, I think.
Yep, Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire.
Yeah. Strangely, when I moved in with Laura, she has that game sealed. So it's going to stay sealed for a long time.
Yeah, I probably should.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
NBA 07, NBA 2K7, Need for Speed Carbon, NHL 2K7, Resistance Fall of Man, Ridge Racer 7, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07, Tony Hawk Project 8, and Untold Legends Dark Kingdom.
None of those games really stand out.
No.
Man, it's crazy when you think of the quality of those games compared to the quality of the launch titles on this, on the PS4.
Yeah.
How far it's come.
I like that the sports games seem to match the current Gen 1's feature for feature, because when the PlayStation 3 came out, all the sports games had way fewer modes. It was just like, now with sweat, and also you don't get career mode.
Yeah, exactly.
But you get sweat.
And different face masks.
Like, look how realistic the jerseys look. Yeah, but you don't have career mode.
So there's that. I think overall, it was a pretty solid launch, and we're recording a little too early to speak on how the Xbox One did, but I'm fingers crossed for everyone that it goes smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be network issues just like anything else, but...
Man, could you imagine if they had another, red ring problem? Oh, man.
No.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna... This is just title the episode Knock on Wood. That's all it's going to be.
Hoping the blue light of death is not the equivalent of a red ring, because
Yeah.
it's just not good for anyone.
No. There's a lot of colors on that light on the top of the PlayStation. I don't know what any of them mean.
No.
It's like
So
a yellow one, an orange one.
Yeah, I turn off my PlayStation and the yellow one's going. Does that mean it's on standby?
I don't know. Like, I literally don't know. I can't answer that.
No one knows what it means.
PS4 mysteries.
So far, I think I've seen white, blue, yellow, and like an orangey color, maybe?
Yeah.
I might have made the orange one up.
There's that. How long did it take you to figure out how to turn the machine on?
It took me like a good 15, 20 seconds scouring the front of the machine.
Yeah, I was just like, so where is this on button? I don't see it. Oh, and then I was running my finger across that top row, and then it magically turned on. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't know about you. Did you push the eject button a few times before you pushed the power button? Because I pushed the eject button. There were no discs in it, obviously, and it was just like, did it. I'm like, God damn it, like, turn on. Then I realized it was above it.
Yeah, that's a really weird design quirk, but I think overall the system looks really slick in real life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, when I first saw it, I was just like, LOL, it's a trapezoid Xbox One. But now that I have it in my hands, it actually looks really clean.
It is, yeah. And it's smaller than I thought it would be.
Oh, wait, before we forget, how about trophies? How are those?
They still have to sync, which is a bummer.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, because I'm hearing a lot of cool stuff about achievements. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same sort of experience for me, I think.
They show up in the What's New feed, which is kind of cool, where you can see what achievements your friends have recently unlocked.
Yeah.
But I don't really know any other cool trophy things that happen.
They didn't implement like a trophy room where you can view your trophies, like in Home or something?
Oh yeah, there is no PlayStation Home. They didn't bring that over, at least not yet.
Oh, thank God.
Well, that wasn't a launch for the PS3 though, so maybe they'll add it.
True.
Or not, I don't care.
I just don't get how, like, Xbox you can view your achievements in Xbox at any time. Or you can, when the achievement pops, you can push the Xbox button and it'll tell you what the achievement's all about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with PlayStation, you can't do that.
No.
They don't want you to go away from the experience, I guess. I'm always curious. I'm like, what did I get? So I have to find out.
Yeah, on my PS3, I don't actually know how to look at what trophies you got, so I just didn't look anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I still couldn't tell you how to find that in the PS3.
And then it didn't help that they actually changed where it was. So you're like,
Yeah. And the cool thing about one of the cool things I should say about the PS4 is that you can suspend gameplay and do things while you're playing games. So you could technically suspend, like if you pop a trophy in Assassin's Creed, you can get out of Assassin's Creed with it still kind of running in the background, check out what trophy you got, then go back into Assassin's Creed. So you can do that.
Mm.
So that's something.
But can you watch The Price is Right while you are watching Netflix?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm going to take
your Xbox One?
No, I'm going to take my PlayStation 4 back just because of that.
Yeah.
There is no Price is Right on this. I'm done.
Yeah. I want TV.
All right, that seems to be a good place to wrap things up on PlayStation stuff. I think we should end it because I really want to go play some PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You want to as well. Jason, you're going to want to play some Wii U.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we've got our toys to get back to you.
Yep.
So let's wrap this up really quick. Matt, you got some plugs?
Yeah, I've got a short sort of PS4 roundup from what I've played already and my sort of first impressions. That's coming up for Biff Bam Pop. And I'm going to be doing an Xbox release report as well, even though I won't own it, but I'm going to do my best to be as up on it all as I can be. So both of those are coming up for Biff Bam Pop.
Cool. Are you the only one on staff that has a PS4?
Yes. I think as of right now, yes, I am.
I love being that guy of just in a group of friends.
I know.
Saying, I have that cool thing.
Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, how is it, man? What are you doing? But then you end up telling the same story 10 times.
But you still love doing it? Yeah.
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 I've been very tempted to bring in my PS4 to work to show it off and show my coworkers it, but because of all the blue light of death stuff and the whole, well, this piece of metal might bend in your HDMI port, which could break everything, I'm just like, I'll just keep it there.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring it in.
Yeah. You got it like encased in titanium at home.
Yeah. How about you, Jason?
Kind of similar. I'll probably do some Wii U stuff for the old bloggity blog, so that'll be pretty fun. I'm excited. Beyond that, I actually noticed that the Capcom 30th anniversary encyclopedia came out, and somehow that totally slipped my mind. So I bought it off of Amazon, and I've been reading that. I'm actually almost done. It's like 250 pages. That's pretty cool. So I think I might actually do some screenshots and write a little bit about that too. So,
nice.
Jet, you should probably look into it, because I think I got it. It's hardback, full color, and I think I got it for $7.
Over the past few months, I've been going with Steph to Chapter. She's a really big book fan, and I've been looking at the video game books, and I really like a lot of those video game art books and the behind-the-scenes stuff that they do now, because they're really classy.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the idea of having a bookshelf of all of those limited edition books on there.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
It would be. It's just the cost of entry is really high on that.
Yeah,
it's
it's super expensive.
$30 to $60 a book.
Yeah. So $7
It's like buying the game.
Yeah.
I think, the art books are really cool, and I like those, but I don't know if I want to pay that much money for that art book, But I think part of the reason why I like this one is that it encompasses a lot of stuff from Capcom, but they do like little tidbits about each character. And so they kind of give you some really interesting side notes about each person. And like, you know, they'll say things like, oh, this character's name used to be this, but it was changed because of this reason in America. And, you know, this game got localized and Capcom decided to change this guy to actually be, you know, Commander Joe from like Captain Commando or anything like that. And it was really fun. And I thought it was cool. And as like a, I guess for lack of a better term, like video game historian, this is a pretty neat little piece. So I'll try to write something.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Awesome. For me, I'm still working on Phoenix Wright stuff, though I'm taking a bit of a hiatus on it, at least the writing part, and I think I know why I'm stuck. It's because, like, so much of that game is based on its story, and I was trying to write an impressions piece, but it's really hard to say, here's my impressions when I don't know where the story's going. So...
yeah.
My whole thing was, I'm going to write about how Phoenix Wright comes back in this game, but spoilers, he kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
So that kind of shoots down everything I was meaning to write.
And the game is not told in chronological order, so it's a little so it throws you off.
So I think I will just finish out the game and write out a full review when I have a full perspective on what the heck this game actually is.
Good idea.
Yeah. Otherwise, Splitkick got a whole new redesign. It is very clean and simple, very straightforward, and it looks really nice. So,
yeah, it does. Looks good.
Good job on that, Jim. Speaking of our friends at Rocket Jump, not Rocket Jump anymore. They changed their name to Short Attention Gamer. So, I mean, that was the old podcast name from Todd's old podcast from before when podcasts were a thing. And they have switched the name over to that. So definitely listen to their debut outing, so to speak, where they talk about having their PS4s as well. So until next time, you can catch us later. Oh, on Twitter, at JetlandyCho, at JJasicki, at Maddie Lang, and at SplitKickCom. So, gents, you guys ready to go play some PS4 and Wii U?
Let's go play some games.
I'm gone.
All right, let's get out of here. Peace.